right, guys, so I have my science folder out, and I need two things out of this. I'm going to get my booklet out because we're going to use that today. And then I'm also going to get the worksheet that's like a bunch of paper stapled together. And the front of it looks like this. You see a little snake with its snake baby, and it says Offspring Survival. Okay, so I'm going to get both of those things out. I'm going to put my science folder away. All right, let's do our booklet first. So can you guys get out your booklet that looks like this? And I want you guys, let's see, we did 1, we did 2, we did 3, and today we are on number 4. So in this book, it says, name one animal, draw a picture of it. Sorry, it's kind of blurry. It's not focusing. Name one animal, draw a picture of it, and tell how it cares for its young. So I want you to pick any animal. It can be an animal that we learned about in the slide earlier, or it can be an animal that maybe you already know about. So I'm going to think about the polar bear. That was in our slide. I'm going to draw a quick picture of the polar bear. I'm not really sure what a polar bear looks like, but okay, and then I'm going to draw its little baby. Okay, so I've got my picture. And then right here, I'm going to write, how does a polar bear take care of its offspring? Remember, we talked about 4 different things: providing shelter, feeding, teaching them how to survive, and protecting them from predators. So which one of those do you think the polar bear does? And I'm going to write that down. You guys can use a different animal, all right? And then let's look down here at the true or false questions. The first one says, reproduction is a stage in the life cycle of all living things. So reproduction is part of the life cycle. True or false? Hopefully you said true. Okay. All living things care for their young the same way. So think about that. Does everything care for its babies the exact same way? No, there's lots of different ways that animals take care of their babies. So this answer would be false. And then the last one says, some animal parents protect their young from predators. That was one of the 4 things we talked about. So this would be true. Okay, so I want you guys to complete the rest of this page in your booklet. And then when you're done with that, you can get your worksheet packet that looks like this. Now, you're probably going to want to do the same thing that we did with those other packets, and you're going to want to rip the front off so that you have just the first page right here, and then the rest of the pages over here, okay? So what you're going to do is each one of these little boxes is about a different animal. This box is about a swan. This one is about an orangutan. This one is about a rabbit. And this one is about a cheetah. Okay, so you've got 4 different animals. You're going to write those 4 animals in these boxes right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to write swan is my first one. Orangutan is my second one. That's like kind of like a monkey. Okay. Then the next one is a rabbit. And then the last one is a cheetah. Okay. So now that I've got all my animals written down on my worksheet, I'm going to either read this myself if I can, or get an adult to help me, because some of these might be some big words that you need an adult to help you read with. So the first one is a swan. So I'm going to start with swan, and I'm going to read this little box about the swan, and every time I hear if it does one of these things, I'm going to check it off. So if I said, let's read, I'll just do the first part for you. This says, when young swans first hatch, they are very curious and have very little fear. Their parents fiercely protect them. If a predator or even another animal is nearby, they will flap their wings, hiss, grunt, and snort. So I just read that swans protect their offspring. So I'm going to check the box that says protect. Okay, let's keep reading. The reason for this is because when baby swans are first born, they will follow the first large animal that is around them. This is known as imprinting. The parents want to make sure that their babies are imprinted to them. So they want to make sure that their babies follow them, not another large animal. The parents, since they will need to lead them to food, provide them with shelter, and teach them how to move in their habitat. So I'm seeing all three of the rest of the things. I'm seeing that they want to provide shelter, they feed their young, and they also teach them how to get around in their habitat. If the baby swan were to imprint on another animal, they would be in danger of not learning how to care for themselves. So I have done the swan part of this worksheet for you. I want you guys to do the same thing with the orangutan, the rabbit, and the cheetah. And then at the bottom, it says, what patterns do you notice in how each type of animal cares for its young? So what are some similarities, some things that are the same that you see in all four of these animals? All right? And when you're finished with that, you are done with science. You can put this back in your science folder, and I will see you guys tomorrow.